Oh, hello. Cozy with 45 months. You just said titties? What the hell? It didn't say what you put in there. It didn't, like, text-to-speech it. I don't think it did. That's crazy. Jose! Hello. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Cozy, you are first. I always try to be first to your streams, and I have sort of a special advantage in everything. But, but like, Sharky, hello. I'm so glad your username represents what we've always called you now. Because I feel like for years I've had a moment of like, it's Shark? No, it's Sharky. And now it says Sharky, and I can be like, hell yeah. Sora, good morning. Krampus, Crimbus, Cloudy, Cloudy on. Cloud Leon Strife. From Hit RPG Final Fantasy VII. One of these days, they're gonna release for the PS7 or something all of the Final Fantasy VII remake games in one bundle, and at that time, I will purchase it, but not a moment sooner. Even though they do look fun. I'm a diehard of the original game. I'm doing a lot better, Sora. Thank you for asking. I don't know. I feel like last night I was feeling pretty awful last night. I had a really bad headache. Like an unusual sort of headache. But today I think I'm okay. We might be a little low energy, but I got a lot of sleep, so that's good. Oh my god, less than a minute. I don't remember where we left off on this investigation of Ace Attorneys. I think we're in the past still. There's been a murder There's been a murder, and we need to mystery it. The mystery of history. Oh my goodness. Ah. Ugh, shit. Your name actually came from when you played Kingdom Hearts 1 as a kid. Your favorite characters are Cloud and Leon, so you combine the names. I don't think I ever knew that. But that's I just accidentally did it. Luca, good morning. Or good time zone. Hello. Oh my god. Oh, alright. Cracking my little neck. Oh my god. That's so funny. Yeah, I love... Well, it's so funny because they made his name Leon, even though his name was Squall. J-Baba, hello! We're close to a hype train. Oh my goodness. We're close to starting the stream, and by close, I mean it's happening. Hi! Hello? That's you guys. You guys are like, yay! Good morning. Happy Wednesday. How are you all, babies? Oh my goodness. All right. How are you? Good morning. It's 9 in the morning. I just finished a big old bowl of oatmeal. Everyone thinks it's a flying type evolution, but instead it was an accidental ship name. A ship name? Now, hold on. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Now, hold on. Hack God. Hello. Sticks! 43. Hi, Sticks. Everybody, the gang's all here. You just started a hype train, Sticks. Listen, thank you all so much. If we get, if we beat, Hack God, hello. Alex, are you not, why you always lying? Why you always lying? If you're new to, listen, everybody, in case this is a new day, a first day of you being here. I want to know if you're new. Alex is not actually new. They're a liar, but their pants are constantly on fire. However, if you are new, I would love to know your favorite food, your favorite cute thing, and your pronouns. And if you want to know what my pronouns are, oh!
I do that.
You do pronouns? That's good. You got the old work and lurk. Heck yeah. Ah. Hell yeah, hell yeah. All right, y'all. Cheese reveal. Yeah, I'll go reveal my cheese. Except I don't have the hand can set up, so you'll just have to like listen to it. once we complete level 3, I will go to my refrigerator, get a cheese from there, and then you have to guess what kind of cheese it is. And then if you guess correctly, then when we get to the level 5 hype train, we get cheese. Oh my goodness. Let's do a murder mystery. All right. So if memory serves, we're in the past. Yeah. Okay. A cheese lurk. The cheese lurk. Ha boop a dub. I don't know how the song goes for the cheese tax. Well, oh, what? No, load the one that I wanted to load. What the hell? Why would it? Well, okay. I always try to save it right at the, what's the history? That's a lot of history. Okay, I think this is just, so we're back to square one. All right, so I think what has happened, what we're in the middle of right now is that Gumshoe is being charged with the murder. I need to hear about them cheeses. Everybody don't know. My Italian arts approves of it. You're at work too? Hell yeah. Aren't I lactose intolerant? That doesn't mean we don't have cheese in the fridge. Chris Jan, hello. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Okay. All right, here we go. I gotta remember. It's been 2 weeks. So Francisca says, we're back to square one. So we're trying to save Gumshoe because he definitely didn't murder 2 men in the past. Actually, this is our last chance. I can tell that if we fail to solve this case, Detective Gumshoe will be formally charged under all of the circumstantial evidence. My birthday lands on one of your stream days. Which one? How far away is it? This investigation is not over yet. There's still one location we have yet to inspect. It's where Detective Bad and Miss Yu were at this time of the crime. Lobby number 1. Okay. Oh, what? Oh, maybe that's why. I thought that... Okay. I don't know. Sure. I didn't realize we were at the end of it. Okay, all right. So we'll scrap all that. We'll just pretend this is the new thing. There's Detective Bad. And a baby, Kay Faraday. Oh yeah, wait a minute, y'all. Hold on, before we continue. How do I... Is this one? Yeah, okay. So, y'all, babies, Cozy and I got the Ace Attorney boba. We went to, okay, hold on. I'm gonna pull up my tweet about it. No, I'm gonna open each image. I don't want Twitter. I'm on my own page, but I still don't trust Twitter. It'll not like do a bad thing. Okay. So we got the Ace Attorney drinks. We got Miles Edgeworth's elegant drink, and then Kay Faraday's like tea, like a I forgot what it was, like strawberry tea with like flowers in it. And they had like TVs that were playing the trailer for the new game, and there was like a thing. And then they had this on the outside. It was great. It was so silly. And they were yummy, let me tell you. Mine had like strawberry jelly at the bottom. Cozy added, this layer is all pudding. And Crimson isn't here to continue that joke, but that is just the truth of the matter. But the 30th of this month? Hell yeah. Oh yeah, because Halloween is on Thursday. Hell yeah. And then this is the Chizu. But listen, we had to drive kind of far to get this. But we were determined. We wanted the boba. The boba. Okay, I forgot. I saw Kay Faraday, and she's behind my head right now. There's her legs. There, yeah, Alex will figure it out. Alex will get us there. And then I'm like, no. Okay, let me get this back over here. All right. What? What is this incredibly overpowering sweet scent? It smells like flowers. Uncle Bad, is this it? Isn't that Detective Bad and Kay over there? It looks like she managed to escape the bailiff. No, that's not quite it. Aw, too bad, but it's so pretty. I think you're still a bit too young to be wearing that. But since you found it, I guess I can let you keep it. Thanks! I'll treasure it, always! Those two seem to get along rather well. Birthday's on the 28th. Of this month, too? Y'all are October babies. Oh, here. I got something else for you. Yay! Thank you, Uncle Bad! It's a courthouse special Swiss roll, baby. Earlier, I ate one of these with Gummy. Gummy? Oh, you mean Gumshoe. Gummy is... He was trying to be nice to me because I was going to get in trouble. And then he got in trouble because he lied to protect me. Gummy. Hiccup. I know I didn't kill Daddy. Don't cry. Faraday would be sad if he saw you crying. I'm not crying. You're crying. Stupid. Kay. Oh, it's the mister from before and the lady too. Don't you think it would be a good idea to go home for the time being? How is she gonna go home? What do you mean, Edgeworth? What are you absolutely saying right now? How? She's like 7. How old does she have? How old is she? She's 10. Like, maybe, I don't know. Does she have her own house key? Probably not. I don't have a house key at 10. Why would I need that? You're not involved in the investigation, so it's for the best if you do. Actually, I'm Uncle Bad's assistant. So I'm related to the investigation. Is that so, Detective Bad? Yeah, I guess. What? You were just scolding us like kids to not mess up the crime scene. And now you let this child run free. Why? People are free to investigate things outside of the actual crime scene. You also had a few things she wanted to look into. Got a problem with that? I don't have a problem with that, but I am curious as to what Ms. Yu is looking into. Uncle Bad! I'm gonna go look somewhere else now, okay? Alright, I'm counting on you. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, mister! Yes, what is it? I know Gummy isn't really the bad guy. I mean it. So please, find the real bad guy, okay? Oh, I gotta lock my chair in so I can lean back. There we go. Without leaning all the way over. Whew. Okay, actually, let me move all of my... I'm gonna just lean back. Excuse me. I'm going to recalibrate. Does that look right? Not really. I'm trying to, like... Nope. Okay. I'm trying to not move my head too much. I don't know. I feel like I'm a little lower energy. But if I just lean back and chill, then I can, like, not have to. I like, hunch forward, so this is, like, a permanent posture check. Okay. All right. I won't forgive whoever did this. But in the absence of the perfect piece of testimony and evidence, there is no one else who could be the true culprit other than Detective Gumshoe. She wandered off while I was pondering. All right, bud. Okay, we have a separate crime scene room. Yeah. One of the windows in this lobby is open as well. So this is the other, we're in the other room. The room right next door is where, quote unquote, the murder took place. But we have a lot of reasons to suspect that that's not actually the case. The air conditioner is working just fine in this room, so why did they open it, I wonder? I don't know. Was it incredibly strong-scented herbal tea? I fear that more than being relaxing. Hold on. I fear that more than being relaxing, the scent may make one a bit heady instead. You put in a special request for that. No wonder she's so violent if she's been drinking this stuff the whole time. Alright. Oh. Neither woman should be allowed to comment on this particular topic ever. What? Edgeworth, I need you to just sort of calm down like a little bit, please. This television is the same model as the one in the defendant lobby number 2. It looks like the two rooms are basically the same in terms of layout and supplies. Yes. The two rooms are basically the same, huh? Two rooms. We're looking at... Let's just talk to you. All right.
What up?
Detective Bad, what exactly was Kay searching for?
Nothing that concerns you, boy.
Oh, and I suppose it has something to do with Kay.
It does, because she's Faraday's daughter.
Isn't the white-haired lady violent? Yeah. Yeah, she is. This is her as a baby. She's like, I think she's 13 here, right? This is a 7 years ago flashback. Yeah, so she's 13 here, so that makes her 20 in the actual game. And how old am I? Am I in here? No. Cool. Great. Love it.
Anyway, hurry up and get to the point. I don't have time to waste.
You are just standing around, though. Sounds like you'd rather be left alone. I have something I'd like to confirm with you once again.
I don't have anything to say to you.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Be that as it may, we still have questions that we need answers to. Now then, first of all, what is the overpowering smell that is permeating this room? Upon entering this room, I thought I was going to suffocate.
It's that ultra-strong perfume you wears. She spilled some of it. I was having a bad time of it myself. I didn't think twice and opened the window, but that smell's still here.
Perfume, huh? So the sweet scent in the air is perfume. Well, it's giving off quite a stench. I bet it's some cheap no-name brand.
She said it's a famous brand from overseas.
Oh! It's a knockoff. Yes, definitely a knockoff. All right, but calm down.
No disrespect, but she forced one of those bottles on me. Here, little girl, you can have it.
I was born for a much more expensive and refined perfume. However, seeing as how you just happen to have a spare, I suppose I'll take it. Miles Edgeworth, you will hold on to this bottle without fail.
Ugh.
Why can't she ever be honest about her wants? It is Angeli. Same perfume as the one spilled. Now we have the perfume Ms. Yu wears. Just fantastic.
Is that all you wanted to talk about? If so, I'm going back to investigating.
No, I want to look at the perfume. Can I? Nope. What do we got here? I feel like a lot of the clues in this one are kind of crazy. We got a promise book, just so I'll promise to just be good forever, I guess. What, Alex? Detective Bad? No, I think he's older. He's 53. Yeah, he's a lot older. But Edgeworth is 20 now, I think. Oh, no, you were asking me. Yeah. Because he's 27 later. That's right, thank you. Actually, I still have a few other things I wish to inquire about. During the recess? So you were in this room the entire recess?
Like I said, I made the call to the precinct to get that big lug down here. But other than that, I was waiting for the recess to end in here.
At least your story is consistent. Earlier, you stated that you were in this lobby with Ms. Yu.
Yeah, I ran into her in the hallway. She said she wanted to talk to me about something, so we came in here.
Then, what you're saying is that until Detective Gumshoe's arrival, you and Ms. Yu were in two different locations.
Guess I am.
Interesting. Speaking of that lawyer, she seems to have a great dislike for you.
Oof.
Hold on, I'm so snuffly. I start talking loudly, and then it jostles all of my everything. Hold on one second. Okay, hello. Let's see. Ms. Yu is the sister of the victim of the KG-8 incident. And, as I recall, Detective Bad was the lead detective on the case. I wonder if the reason for her disdain isn't simply because you failed to guard Cece, but because you were the lead detective on the case.
Brr. You knew?
I also know that today's trial involving the Cadovian Embassy staff member is being referred to as the second KG-8 incident. Now then, Detective, I believe it's time you were honest with me and told me the truth behind your relationship with Ms. Yu and Mr. Faraday and the KG-8 incident.
If you already know that much, I guess it'd be alright to tell you.
Yeah, tell me! Now then, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the KG-8 incident. I think the first one was that the Yatagarasu did a murder. No, that's incorrect. That's not right. Somebody... No. It was... His name is dead, man. It was because this guy was a suspect in a murder, but he got away with it, but it was because he covered it up for his business or something. I don't remember exactly.
It's not exactly a happy story. Other than the people who were directly involved. You two will be the first to hear what I'm about to tell.
I'm like moving my everything. I'm trying to my neck is bugging me. So I'm trying to angle myself in such a way. Okay, this is better. For a visual novel, I just need a mouse. It's fine. It's a lollipop!
The honest truth behind the KG-8 incident. Faraday, you and I...
Me?
No, you. As you already know, we three were involved with the KG-8 incident. Faraday and I, we were originally on the trail of a smuggling ring.
You mean the smuggling case involving one of the Amano Group's secretaries?
That trial was just a front.
A facade?
Yeah, but the case became tainted. All because the witness who was going to testify about the Amano Group's ties to the smuggling ring, CCU, was killed.
Then what became of the secretary who was arrested?
His name was Colin Deveray.
Oh, it's him! Wait a minute. Oh, no, we knew that.
I forgot. I think. To be honest, the guy didn't know a thing about the smuggling ring, but he confessed to knowing about it anyway. Deveray was probably being intimidated by the big boss man, just another scapegoat.
The boss man of the Amano Group? He can't seriously mean Mr. Ernest Amano. That can't be right. It's probably just Detective Bad's personal hypothesis. Uh-oh, Edgeworth! What is he trying to do, suspecting Mr. Amano of being involved with smuggling? He's got his personal taint all over it, you know what I mean? I suppose it would have been quite difficult to secure an acquittal after he confessed. But the man who killed CCU, Manny Cochin, was a completely different person. I could cosplay as Edgeworth. Me? Man, that would be crazy. I don't consider myself an elegant man. But since he's already been acquitted once of her murder, Mr. Faraday, how could you have let him go? If I remember correctly, I heard that Mr. Faraday had an important piece of evidence stolen from him.
That wasn't Faraday's fault.
That's why it is cosplay. Yeah, that's true. Maybe. I don't know.
It was mine. I wasn't vigilant enough. Faraday, CC, I was supposed to protect them both.
Ms. Yu did mention that as well, about how Detective Bad was supposed to guard her sister.
But even I, who was supposed to protect them, I fell into their trap.
What kind of trap?
The holes in this jacket are a testament to that trap.
I don't know if you can see. No. He's kind of got, I mean, I'm kind of covering a few of them. There's like some up here. I don't know if I can, it's garbage day, and I got the window open because it do be still kind of hot. We're gonna give the trash a second to get out of here. I'm gonna do the Jeopardy music. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Can you guys hear that? Hold on, I'm gonna aim it. Okay, they're gone. I don't know if you can hear that, but it looked like maybe it was picking up a little bit. I turned off the limiter. I was watching I was watching an old stream of like a recent stream, and I realized that the limiter. Thank you for lurking, Sticks. You have a good meeting. Hell yeah. It's good to see you. Oh my goodness. What was I saying? Oh no. Yeah, I saw that the limiter was, like, kicking in when I really didn't mean it to on, like, a regular stream, so I just have the limiter off now. Who cares? I'd rather you just hear me without any issue than hearing my clicks and all that. Okay. The holes in this jacket are testament to that. You mean you were fired upon? You were shot at that many times in one gunfight? How did you get one behind your head, bud? What are you doing?
No. Only about half of these are from that case. But the reason I continue to wear this jacket is to remind myself. Those are really big bullet holes of the lessons I learned from the KG-8 incident.
No limits!
I see. I couldn't protect CCU and the suspect was found not guilty. We had hit a brick wall as far as the law was concerned. And that's when she came to the courtroom, the victim's sister. That's when I first met Callisto Yu.
Relation to you? What about you, about when you first met Ms. Yu? It was on the day of the verdict of the KG-8 incident was handed down, was it not?
Yes, Faraday and I, we apologized to her from the bottom of our hearts. It was all we could do. But just saying you're sorry won't bring my sister back, she said. And then she gave me a hard slap across the face. I was all like, ow and stuff.
Well, she certainly had a lot of self-control to stop at just a slap. If it was me, not even 100 lashes would have been punishment enough.
I suppose not. You said it yourself, that she never wanted to see either of us again.
But after that, you've seen her many times over, correct?
Yeah, Faraday and I, even after the KG-8 incident had come to a close, we continued to hunt down the smuggling ring and got involved in a variety of cases.
How is he alive? He's real. He's so bad, like the Power Glove.
But it was no use. We cracked so many different cases. But the result was always the same. We couldn't find the real mastermind behind the ring.
Is the ring really that big?
It was what? It was in the pursuit of the ring that we met you once again. It was during another trial related to the smuggling ring. Faraday was the prosecutor and I as the lead detective. Took to the witness stand. She appeared out of the blue as the defense attorney.
Look at him.
Her client
was related to the smuggling ring, and she was defending them. That is a big manila folder.
Yeah. You was pursuing the ring as best she could as a lawyer. I think she defended Rel this time for the same reason.
The Ring of Power? Maybe. I don't know. I watched 5 minutes of the first episode of that show, and I really hated it a lot, so we didn't continue. And then I'm hearing tidbits from some of our other friends that have continued watching it, and they're like, ugh. And I'm like, all right, well, it's good enough for me. It's disappointing. It's disappointing. I don't want shows that are fan fiction.
Personally.
Come to think of it, Ms. Yu did say something to the same effect. I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG-8 incident, all right? I haven't watched this in the last season. Yeah, I think it's not top priority. Amazon's they have a lot of good stuff, but I don't know. Not that one. And for what? And for that, you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer. Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. Star, hello. Good morning. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rel was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him, ever. So don't you dare suggest what I was going to do. Going to do? It doesn't matter what her reason is. Helping a criminal is just despicable.
You're so naive, little girl.
It's a lollipop.
I could have stolen this lollipop from you. That's how naive you are.
How dare you insult the daughter of Von Karma?
Just like us, you felt that she had hit the limit of what the law could do. That's all.
Did I see the new Batman, the show? The Penguin show on Max. I want to watch that. I haven't really heard a lot of people talking about it, but I think it's out. And it looks kind of good. It's got Colin Farrell playing the Penguin, which that's crazy. Because I feel like it said that it was Colin Farrell, like, in the commercials for it. And I was just like, that's Colin Farrell, the Penguin? It looks nothing like him. They put him in a ton of everything. Bad is so good. That's all. The law is merely a tool. There is no limit to it. No limits! Only the skill of the craftsman. You two are still too young, but one day you'll know what I mean. But enough sidetracking. What matters is that we met you again in pursuit of the smuggling ring. That's all. Relation to Faraday. So what was your relation to Mr. Faraday? You even seem to know Kay fairly well. The new Batman on Prime Video. Is there a new... What is it? What is it called? I don't even think I've heard that exists. So maybe... I don't know. I love the concept of a law game going, there's only so much the law can do against injustice. Cape Crusader. Is it animated? What is it? I've literally never heard of it, so they've done a really bad job promoting it, I think.
I met him when he was a rookie prosecutor, known him ever since. Excuse me, Kay, I've known her since the day...
Oh! Oatmeal burps.
Since the day she was born. Faraday and I, we cracked quite a few cases together.
But you two seem to have made no progress at all in the Yatagarasu case. Penguin's a lady. So is it just like a retelling? Interesting. Did we touch a nerve?
I have only one thing to say to you. No one knew more about the Yatagarasu than me and Faraday.
Oh, he knew he is part of it.
That's why I was called upon to testify in today's trial.
Animated? That's wild. I've heard zippity-doo-dah about it.
To prove that Rel was not the real Yatagarasu, which I would have done if he hadn't turned around and accused Faraday. After the accusation, I was asked to testify, but this time, to prove or disprove the accusation. But I guess I won't be doing that either.
I said that there's more to the statement than meets the eye. Perhaps a bit more digging into the Yatagarasu is what's necessary. No. You claim to know much about the Yatagarasu. Would you care to share what you know with me?
What you two should be looking for right now is proof of murderous intent towards Faraday and Rel.
I agree, which is exactly why I'm asking you about the Yatagarasu.
What?
The KG-8 incident and this second KG-8 incident, both of these cases are tied to the smuggling ring. And in both of these cases, the witness who was to testify about the ring was murdered. However, there is one point in which they differ, and that is the presence or absence of the great thief Yatagarasu. Mr. Rel claimed to be the Yatagarasu. However, in the middle of the trial, he suddenly declared Mr. Faraday to be the real Yatagarasu. Then, during the recess, they were both killed. Don't you find that to be the least bit odd? Miles Edgeworth, stop beating around the bush and just spit it out already! I believe that there must be some reason that the two men suspected of being the Yatagarasu were both killed at the same time.
A reason, huh?
And so, in order to catch Mr. Faraday's and Mr. Rel's cold-blooded killer, I feel that I need to learn as much as I can about the Yatagarasu. Give this child a riding crop. A horse!
If it'll help you solve the case, then I'll tell you the reason why we've never caught the Yatagarasu.
What was that sudden outburst for? You almost made me whip you by accident! No! Still accidentally whipped me anyway.
There are three main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be one step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. Third, the Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind, ever.
I see, so those are the Yatagarasu's special traits. Sounds like an incredibly elusive thief.
The Yatagarasu has never been caught on tape, never tries to draw anyone's attention, and would never do something as lowbrow as commit murder. That's how I knew that Rel wasn't the real Yatagarasu right away.
But you can't use that sort of logic on its own to prove that he wasn't.
Listen, little girl, I'm not done talking yet.
Grr.
What's different about this time was that the evidence related to the smuggling ring was sent to the police. And the sender was none other than the one who infiltrated the Gaddafian embassy, the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu sent the evidence. Until now, the Yatagarasu would always publicize any corrupt dealings through the mass media. But not this time. The evidence this time was something only Faraday and I and a select few others knew about.
In that case, how can you be so sure that it was the Yatagarasu who sent it?
That's easy. A special card that only the Yatagarasu uses was attached. That's how I can be so sure.
And just what sort of card is it?
Here, take a look at this article. Whenever the Yatagarasu wants to publicize something, a white card is sent along with the stolen information.
Why would you publicize that? That's such bad police work.
But when we questioned Rel about what was sent along with the white card, Rel had no idea what it was.
But you put it in the paper! Anyone could just know what it is! Alright.
Ah, that's how Detective Bad knew that Mr. Rel was a phony. Thank you very much. I have a better understanding of the Yatagarasu now. Huh.
Hello. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes?
His Honor would like to transfer the evidence from today's trial over to you. So if you could please head over to the courtroom, it'd be much appreciated, sir.
Understood. I'll be there shortly. Detective Bad, what does the law mean to you? Finding the answer to that question is the only reason I'm still alive.
Come on, bud. I'm gonna cut myself on this edge, but you're Edgeworth, so I don't know. Maybe I'll cut myself on this pointy piece of hair. I became a prosecutor to find the answer to that question myself, and to play a part in ensuring that all criminals everywhere are found guilty. Boop. Hello, Judge. Hello, Judgy Boy.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Edgeworth. It appears that his honor is still a bit dispirited.
Posture check, hydrate. Yeah, thank you. Ah! Yay!
For the first time today, I experienced what it was like to stand at the witness stand. I now have a greater appreciation for just how hard it is to give testimony.
Well, there's no reason for you to be all depressed about it, Your Honor. As a judge, no one expects you to think about anything other than the verdict. Ruinous Ghost, hello! How are you? Welcome, welcome. I'm doing pretty alright. My neck is bugging me, but I'm fine otherwise. I don't feel that sick right now, so that's good.
I was feeling real shitty yesterday.
Suddenly, I started the day good, and then all of a sudden I was like, bleh. But I think a good night's sleep helped me out.
Francisca, there's no need to further depress his honor.
Allergies are killing me. No! I hate it. But I'm not trying to, Miles.
Your Honor.
Your Honor, I've come to collect the evidence that was to be transferred to me. Your Honor, the evidence.
Aye.
Your Honor!
Oh! You! Yes, how can I help you?
I'd like to collect the evidence now, sir. Yeah, this is that, Ruinous. I didn't stream last week. There's just pictures of guns on the table. Goodbye, Star. Have a good worky. Your Honor, do you think you could stay focused long enough to at least do your job?
Yes, I'm sorry. But I would, except that the defense attorney has yet to arrive.
She is busy with the investigation, so let's keep this brief, shall we?
Very well. In that case, please confirm that all the pieces of evidence are present. Furthermore, the evidence that was to be used in the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel are also included, so please go ahead and use them in your investigation into their case.
Understood, Your Honor. Pieces of evidence that were used in the murder of those two men. This could be a very good chance for me to find new leads regarding their case, and maybe even something that will finally lead me to the truth.
placed all the evidence over at the prosecutor's bench for you.
I see. Thank you very much. Alright. Let's immediately look at this instead. Woo! Evidence that Ms. Yu prepared is just sitting here on this table. You know you can't just walk off with it, right? Of course I do. Ms. Yu must have been caught off guard by her client's sudden accusation. I wonder how she would have defended Mr. Rell in that case if he was still alive. We get to run all around. Run all around. Running all around. Running all around. I feel like there's a way to, like, get her kind of stuck up here. I feel like I saw a video on Twitter. I don't know. Whatever. Alright. So this is the evidence related to today's Gaddafian embassy trial from Mr. Faraday's bag. You mean the evidence bag that was on the table in lobby number 2, right? Yes, finally we can now take a look at the evidence itself and not just data about them. Let's be sure to thoroughly examine them while we have the time. Agreed. I want to take a good look at all of the evidence from the embassy murder, too. And why is that? Because I still don't fully understand what today's trial was about. Don't point your crop at me just because you don't know something. And don't you try to order me around just because your papa chose you today. I see someone is still sore about not being picked by Mr. Von Karma. Ooh, it's a real gun in a bag. It's also real to see the knife up close. So we have the knife, the gun, an envelope, and what's this organizer thing doing here?
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot to tell you.
About what, Your Honor?
They found Mr. Faraday's personal organizer inside that evidence bag of his. Detective Bad requested it to be passed along to you. He said it would help the investigation.
Detective Bad said that? What a strange stroke of luck. Well, never look a gift horse in the mouth. We might as well flip through it, too. I won't rest until I've expected every nook and cranny. Look at the knife first. It's the knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday. Who would have thought that such a beautiful piece of art could be used for such a cruel act? It's never crossed your mind that you use your riding crop for the wrong purpose? I guess that's all.
The gun.
This gun, it was originally used to kill the Gaddafian embassy staff member. When the crime was reported, the responding police found Mr. Rell still holding it, which led to his immediate arrest. And then this gun took down the original shooter's life. How ironic. Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything else we can learn from this piece of evidence. Okay. What about the organizer? Mr. Faraday's organizer. It appears he was in the habit of using it. It looks like he wrote his strategy for getting Mr. Rell convicted down in here. I have collected the evidence I need to prove that Rell was the killer. Between the handgun Rell had on him when he was arrested and the surveillance tape, I should be able to prove that he was the one. It appears Mr. Faraday honestly believed that Mr. Rell was the killer in the case. The sound of his handgun going off was recorded with superb clarity on the surveillance video. I also have evidence that I can use to prove that Rell is not the real Yatagarasu. And it would appear that he had proof that Mr. Rell was not the Yatagarasu. No matter how he may try to play it, as long as I have the Yatagarasu's key, I can prove he's a phony. If I present it to him in court, it should clear everything up. And apparently he also had a very definitive piece of evidence. Maybe that means the symbol. It's been a long battle. I hope that this will finally bring it to an end. Yes, I believe that Mr. Faraday was well prepared to discredit any claim Mr. Rell may have had about being the real Yatagarasu. And he had a way to prove that Mr. Rell was the guilty party in the embassy murder. This organizer is a clue straight from Mr. Faraday. I'll have to take my time and go give it a thorough read later. Is that not just it? Is there more? No, it's just everything I just read. Okay, fine, sure. Look, there's a picture stuck between these pages here. Oh, that's the same. It appears to be a key. And a rather ornate one at that. Just look at the design on the handle. The craftsmanship is superb. Could this be the Yatagarasu's key? Could this be the Yatagarasu's key Mr. Faraday mentioned in his organizer? The Yatagarasu's key? Detective Bad said something earlier.
What's different about this time was that the evidence related to the smuggling ring was sent to the police. And that sender was none other than the one who infiltrated the Gaddafian embassy, the Yatagarasu.
The Yatagarasu sent the evidence. I'm all higgledy-piggledy with how I'm sitting today. That doesn't look like I'm looking in this direction at all. There we go. Maybe? We'll try that. The Yatagarasu sent evidence. This just happened. This just happened. Alright, we just did this. Mr. Faraday must have been trying to keep this secret key safe. As the prosecutor on both the Yatagarasu and smuggling ring cases, that's to be expected. Got the key.
That's odd.
What is it? Mr. Faraday didn't mention anything about a knife in his organizer. That certainly is odd. The weapon that was used to kill the Gaddafian embassy staff member was the gun. But if that's the case, then where did the knife that was used to murder Mr. Faraday come from? Isn't it obvious it was brought into the courthouse by Mr. Rell? That's the only logical conclusion, right?
No, because it's not that easy to smuggle a weapon like that in here. Every person who enters the courthouse doors is checked thoroughly for contraband. Furthermore, the suspect was handcuffed, making it impossible to bring a knife as large as this inside.
In that case, how do you suppose this knife ended up in the courthouse?
I need to think carefully here. There is nothing related to the knife written anywhere in Mr. Faraday's organizer. However, it is a fact that this knife came from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. Conversely, there is one item listed in Mr. Faraday's organizer that no one has claimed to have seen today. So in order to solve this mystery, I believe I will need to take another good look at the evidence.
Miles Edgeworth, can I take the fact that you have yet to answer me to mean that you don't have an answer for me?
Actually, I do have the answer, Francisca.
What? Then what is it?
One of the pieces of evidence we've been holding has been hiding a secret of its own. And it was through this piece of evidence that the knife was brought into the courthouse.
Well, okay. So that has little butterflies on it. And this... It's not the same. They look similar. But they're not quite the same. Knife is key. Yeah, is this like not a knife, actually? I'll just pick this. The Yatagarasu's key Mr. Faraday mentions in his organizer. This is how the knife was brought into the courthouse. You're not making any sense, Miles Edgeworth.
You just need to look a bit closer, Francisca, to see what I mean.
Don't the color and ornamentation of the key's handle remind you of anything? They do remind me of the knife.
Very good.
Both the Yatagarasu's key in this photo and the murderous knife have this very unique design on their handles. Well, it's not the same design, though. Well, I guess the vines on the... well, okay. Furthermore, even though Mr. Faraday mentions the Yatagarasu's key, the only object we found at the crime scene was the knife. You don't seriously mean to say...
It appears that you finally caught up. And yes, I do mean to say that these two pieces are, in fact, one and the same.
But that's impossible!
Even if that is what you believe, we should still investigate this possibility. Now then, let us examine this knife in a little more detail.
Yeah, thank God. Let me look at this freaking thing. Okay.
It's the weapon that was used to kill Mr. Faraday. The handle and the blade itself have both have beautiful designs worked into them.
Look, there's even a flower-shaped design in this gold section here. If this hadn't been used as a tool for murder, I'd want it for myself.
She seems to be drawn to the embellishments. Too bad this isn't mine to give.
Oh, shit. No! Okay, wow. Woo! Oh my god, I can't believe it turned into a key. To think there was such a thing, such a trick to this thing. I see. So the weapon used to kill Mr. Faraday is actually the key the Yatagarasu stole. This piece of information is more critical than anything we've learned up until now. Yay! Frankly, I'm shocked. Literally is the key. Mr. Faraday only mentioned the key aspect of this piece of evidence in his organizer. It's possible that even he had no idea the key was hiding a knife blade inside. But if that's true, then only someone who knew about the key to knife trick could have killed Mr. Faraday. Even among law enforcement, this key was top secret. Bring a whole new perspective to get to the point. Etc. We're looking for someone who knew even more about the key than even Mr. Faraday, meaning that the only person it could be is the one who sent the key in the first place, the great thief Yatagarasu. Then maybe Mr. Rel really was the Yatagarasu. Hidden key evidence. And he was the one who killed Mr. Faraday. Isn't that the one possible scenario? No, not really, especially since Mr. Faraday was absolutely convinced that Mr. Rel was not the Yatagarasu. Besides, as Detective Bad said earlier, but when we questioned Rel about what was sent along with the white card, Rel had no idea what it was. I see. Alright then, I guess the person who knows the trick behind this key is someone else, and that person is the real Yatagarasu. It seems that this key is truly the key to solving this case. Boop, beep, beep, boop. Well, that's beautiful. Okay, now we're gonna look at this file. I took a quick look through these documents before the trial started. Well, I wasn't even afforded the opportunity to skim it. I suppose I should explain it to you then. Yes, you should. Perfectly and in its entirety, if you please. On the night of September 8th, the embassy staff member was killed in front of the embassy. The staff member died of shock due to being shot in the heart. And you're to blame, Mackerel. Mackerel was brought in that night as a suspect and thoroughly questioned, because the murder weapon was found on him, for which he was arrested on the spot. A simpleton of a man, that's what he was! Perhaps he was, but the weapon wasn't the only incriminating evidence we had. Mr. Rel was caught in the act on film by a security camera. He was an even bigger simpleton than I'd thought. I can't believe he didn't notice his security camera. The Cadofian Embassy's security system is supposedly very well designed. Come on, Cozy. Oh my goodness. Hell yeah. Y'all get it. I gotta stretch. Go, 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 woo! Ooh, okay. Alright. The Cadofian Embassy's security system is supposedly very well designed. He may have simply not been aware that there was a camera in the area. So, have you seen the contents of the video for yourself? Kablam. Just looks like they're outside. Yes, the surveillance video the security camera took was played during the trial by Mr. Faraday. He really just is lackadaisical about this. Smoking. You can clearly identify Mr. Rel on it. Even the sound of the gunshot was crystal clear. So the footage included sound, huh? I don't think I'd ever want to see the moment of someone's death in real life. Cat. Me neither. That's odd. We're short one piece of evidence. And the piece that's missing is the surveillance video that was played in court. The surveillance video? How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go? The video showing the moment in which Mr. Rel committed the murder. Where could it have gone indeed?
Are you done with your inspection of the evidence?
Yes, I'm finished. However, Your Honor, I am missing a single piece of prosecutorial evidence. Your Honor, were you derelict in your duties?
What? No, I dare not lick my duties. What do you take me for?
No, Your Honor, the most important piece of evidence in today's trial, the surveillance video, is not amongst the evidence you laid out for me.
But I brought Mr. Faraday's whole bag with me from the crime scene. Maybe the tape is still somewhere at the crime scene? There's something wrong here. Something about this missing piece of evidence. It would appear that for me to find the answers I seek, I will have to pay another visit to the scene of the crime, defendant lobby number 2.
Rosie Motzi, hello. What happened? What? Oh, it's that guy. He's here today. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna just take a very quick bathroom break. And maybe eat a tortilla chip about it. Mosey. Oh, it's not like Italian pronunciation. Okay. Mozzie. Rosie Mozzie. Okay. I'm gonna be right back. Tell me about that though, Rosie. I'm gonna play this music. I'm gonna run a quick little ad. And I'll be right back. Oh. I don't like this attitude. I don't like this attitude at all. Bye. Okay. All right, I'll be right back. Boop, 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 boop. Hello. I got chips. I forgot to put the BRB on my face. Boop, boop. Ow. I got looks like Albert Einstein up there. Over here, you know? Or over here. Welcome back. Hell yeah! Watching updates on the hurricane, man. I pulled up like there's some live stream that I came across on YouTube that like, it was for like live streaming cameras in like the in the 4 quadrants, I mean, of just like various sort of beach coastal areas, and ooh baby, the wind's already picking up pretty good. Somebody was saying it's gonna be like 12 feet of water. Some of the bands of the storm are making tornadoes. Oh my god. Ugh, it's so scary. Everybody leave Florida and then never go back. That's how I feel. I think that's probably, truthfully, what will happen. Ooh, baby. Oh, it's a cat 6. I'm a cat. Anyways. That's Detective Bad, but who's he with? Some wolf man or something. I've never seen that officer before.
So, did you find it?
And this guy, I gave him the most southern voice ever. No, not yet. And I looked everywhere.
Let's see. Well, then please continue with the search.
So he's he's quote unquote American.
Understood. I'll continue the search.
You just look out the window.
Yeah, see, you're the one running this show. Prosecutors like you shouldn't even be allowed at crime scenes. How dare you? Just who do you think you are?
Bye.
Alright.
What was that all about, and who was that man just now? Whoever he was, I've never seen a more impudent officer. Oh, whoever he was, I've never seen a more impudent officer in my life. Does he even know that we're standing right here behind him?
I know you're standing right behind me. What do you want, kids?
It looks like you were paying attention after all.
Of course I was. I have eyes in the back of my head.
So that mirror isn't for vanity's sake. It's for him to keep an eye out on who or what is behind him at all times. So tell me, Detective Bad, who's that rude man just now?
The guy came here from the Republic of Zhangfa to study. He's Agent Lang. He's trying everything he can to revive the lost honor of his family. He's traveling the world to study different philosophies of detainment from scratch.
You know a lot about this guy. By visiting various police departments around the world, he has a lot of dedication.
Oh, excuse me, he's still just a rookie cop, but I sense a strong grudge of some sort with him. The guy's more useful than Gumshoe.
Even if he is rude. Wow! Well, he sure has a lot of guts to come to this country and give prosecutors a hard time. I agree. However, I can't think of one young lady that statement also applies to. I can't think of. Anyway, what was that agent looking for, Detective Bad? Earlier, that little girl was poking around in lobby number 1 as well.
Like I said before, it's got nothing to do with the two of you.
I highly doubt that it has nothing to do with me. Fine, if this is the game I must play, then I will take this opportunity to draw out what he's been hiding and what happened in this room straight from him. What do you mean? How? What? What? No! Get back in there. Get back in there. I want to trample all over this crime scene. What do I do? I wonder if the killer used these plastic bags in a flash of inspiration. With that, Detective, I somehow doubt he's that quick-witted. So you're saying that this crime was thought out in advance? With that, Detective, I somehow doubt he's capable of making such a complex plan. Francisca, when will you learn to take responsibility for your statements? Alright. Do I just need to talk to you? Earlier, you were in lobby number 1, and now you're here in lobby number 2. You are quite the busy man, Detective Bad.
Multiple returns to a crime scene brings about success. That's what we detectives say.
With every hurricane, there are usually tornadoes. But the ones that this storm is producing... What does that mean, G-Mama? What are those EF3, EF4? I don't know what that stands for, what that means. Posture check, thank you. I see. In that case, you wouldn't mind if I asked around about what happened again, correct?
I don't have anything left to say to
you, boy. Boy, you'll see. I will draw my answer from you one way or another. Would it kill you to help us even a tiny bit in our investigation?
I gave Faraday's notebook to the judge earlier. That's help enough, don't you think?
Ah! Please, we are asking you for just a bit more of your cooperation.
Don't push me, kid.
Time of the murder. Strong NATO's max scale is an EF5. Oh. What the hell? It's like the cat for... Oh, okay. It's just like how big it is. Okay, I got it. I got you, baby. Oh, baby. Okay, in any case, I'd like to ask one more time about what happened around here at the time of the crime.
I refuse to answer. Any more investigating you do would be a waste of time. Besides, how am I supposed to answer questions about things I don't know about?
Things you don't know about, but aren't you supposed to know everything?
He should.
He should. Wait, is it possible? Maybe he doesn't know about the trick behind that piece of evidence. I should try showing it to him. It may prove to be the key to getting some answers from Detective Bad. Sure. Do I show him the knife, or do I show him the key? Detective Bad, did you know of the existence of the item in this photograph?
Of course I did. It's my job to know everything related to the Yatagarasu case.
In that case, let me ask you something. Did you know that the knife that killed Mr. Faraday and this Yatagarasu's key are one and the same?
What? That's impossible.
It looks like he didn't know after all. This piece of evidence, which we call the Yatagarasu's key, is actually a well-camouflaged knife. Mr. Faraday was... I don't know how well camouflaged it is. Mr. Faraday was planning to use this Yatagarasu's key to prove that Mr. Rell was not the real Yatagarasu. Isn't that correct?
I guess so.
However, Mr. Faraday had no idea that it was, in fact, a knife.
Yeah, I have to admit, neither one of us knew that fact. And neither of us knew that no one in law enforcement knew either. How did we miss something as big as this?
I noticed that since a little while ago, you appeared to be searching for something. I presume that this key is what you were searching for.
Yeah, that's right.
And why were you searching for it?
Because I promised Faraday. I promised that I'd protect this key with my life. But after he was killed, the key disappeared from Faraday's evidence bag. Who would have thought that the key is what took Faraday's life?
Detective Bad. So, I don't know why he punctuated that so strangely. So that we may find the truth, please testify for me once more.
All right, but it doesn't matter how many times I tell you about what happened. Nothing will change.
Tell me about the murder, Detective Bad. I ask that you please testify once more. But what happened, blah, 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 blah.
My answer's still the same. And this is the last time I'm gonna do this.
That's fine, because I only need this one last time to clear everything up. Find the truth behind this case. Boop, bop-a-dee, bop, boop. Detective Bad's movements.
I was in lobby number 1 talking with you. Detective, you. We were talking about some trivial things. I heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to reconvene. Then when we heard it, you and I immediately dashed out into the hallway together. I saw Gumshoe goofing around there, and then we all ran into lobby number 2.
Yeah, I don't think there was a gunshot. I don't think they heard a gunshot. I think they heard the balloon that popped. Because if you'll remember, if you were here last time, can I look at, yeah, this balloon popped in the hallway, because Kay sat down and had a balloon, I think it was her balloon. Does it say if it, I don't remember where it came from. No, yeah, she had it earlier, because she kicked us. No, well, anyways, it sounds like the exact same story he told us before.
Indeed. However, I feel that we have yet to draw out all the information that we can.
Let's press the fuck out of him. All right.
Hold it!
Hold it! Why did Ms. Yu choose lobby number 1?
Answer me. Who knows? She just said that she had something she wanted to talk to me about. And we walked into lobby number 1 together, that's all.
So his answer remains the same as before, I see.
We were talking about some trivial things.
Hold it!
I was hoping you could expand upon what exactly you were discussing with Ms. Yu.
Trivial stuff. It was nothing important.
That's for me to decide. All right, I suppose that's for him to decide.
Moving on, then. I heard the gunshot right before the trial was to reconvene.
Hold it!
Until you heard the gunshot, did you notice anything else that was out of the ordinary?
I didn't hear any other strange sounds until that gunshot.
The gunshot Detective Bad heard really was the one from the murder. That would give that other piece of evidence an entirely different meaning. I ask that you please amend your testimony with that statement just now.
Sure. I didn't hear any other strange sounds until that gunshot.
Hold it!
Oops. Well. Detective Bad, you honestly don't remember hearing anything else.
Yeah.
It's possible you were so involved in your conversation that you missed something.
I've been a detective for a long time, and even if I were involved in something, I've got quite the habit of keeping tabs on everything that goes around me. If there had been some other strange sound, you can be sure I would have heard it.
I suppose with this detective, that's probably very likely.
So the gunshot.
Okay, so yeah. We'll present the balloon. Because a balloon popped.
Objection!
Fuck your testimony, you asshole! Just kidding, I love you. Call me. Detective Bad, does this balloon fragment remind you of anything?
It's the same color as the one Kay was holding.
Oh, so you knew about that girl's balloon?
Yeah, I was sitting with her up in the gallery. During the recess just before we split up, I filled that balloon up for her.
What? With what? What do you mean you filled it up? How? It was helium. Sir, this is a Wendy's? Anyways. Well, as you have already surmised, this piece did indeed come from Kay's balloon.
So, what about the balloon?
I wonder if you might remember hearing this balloon pop at some point.
What are you getting at?
This fragment was found in the hallway right in front of lobby number 2. Furthermore, it was the sound of this balloon popping that the judge mistook as a gunshot.
Oh, so the sound that the judge heard was not actually a gunshot, huh?
On top of that, His Honor said that His Honor said that he heard the balloon pop about 20 minutes before the trial was to reconvene.
Yes, which means that His Honor heard the balloon pop in the hallway
when you were in lobby number 1, Detective Bad, and if you were in lobby number 1 at that time, you were close enough that you should have heard the balloon popping as well.
So?
What? Don't give me a so. We just proved that there was a flaw in your testimony.
The crackling of the truth is louder than the sound of your sweet naivete cracking. Since you kids don't seem to know, let me fill you in on something. Did you ever stop to think why the doors and walls of this place seem so rugged? That's because they were designed to keep secrets from being leaked.
Well, what is that supposed to mean?
The doors and walls are super thick. The window panes are double layered. To top it off, even the curtains are made of a special sound-absorbing material.
Then you mean...
Since I was shut up inside lobby number 1, there was no way I could have heard that sound.
No!
I knew that's what he was going to say. Well, how'd you hear the gunshot then?
That means that Scruffface's testimony is completely useless. If the rooms are soundproof, then of course he couldn't hear any sign of a struggle.
No! It's also why it's only natural that I didn't hear the balloon pop. Now do you get it, kids?
Miles, I thought we were supposed to be the ones finding flaws in his logic. Not the other way around.
The other way around? It's not possible to hear the sound of a balloon popping as if one were in lobby number 1.
However, if we examine the situation in reverse, a person standing in the hallway should not have been able to hear the real gunshot either. And yet Detective Gumshoe claims to have heard it while he was standing in the hallway. Detective Bad, if that is the case, how exactly did you hear the gunshot?
What do you mean how? I just did.
It would appear that you have yet to realize the contradiction in your own words.
Oh, how so?
If the rooms are as soundproof as you say they are, then how did the sound of the gunshot enter your ears?
I see what you mean. I guess I'm more out of it from Faraday's murder than I had thought.
Which means, what exactly, Miles? In the end, what does it all boil down to? It boils down to this. There must be a reason as to how Detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard a gunshot they theoretically couldn't have. It looks like we need to examine the state of the crime scene again, huh? The state of the crime scene? Wait, can it be?
It's that ultra-strong perfume you wear. She spilled some of it.
Ah! Way too noisy. Oh. The surveillance video? How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go? Oh. Is it in the VCR? Very loud. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yes! Kaboomers! Simply not possible for the killer to have escaped through barred windows. And yet, the fragrance of the perfume managed to escape from defendant lobby number 1. Of course, incorporeal things can move... okay, Edgeworth, thank you, yes. Abyss, hello! How are you? Incorporeal things can move freely through these open, barred windows. Welcome, welcome. Alright, very loud television, open windows. Wait, hold on, though. That might be wrong. I might need to... oh, okay. Now then, what else besides a smell can go both in and out of an open, barred window? The answer is sound. So, no matter how careful the killer was, if the windows were open, the jig would be up. And since the windows in both defendant lobby number 1 and the hallway were open, that explains how the sound of a gunshot could be heard in both locations. Wow. Missing evidence, gunshot could be heard. Ba-boom, baby! The missing piece of evidence is a video that shows the movement in which Mr. Rell killed the embassy staff member. Well, the sound of a gunshot left quite an impression on me when it was played during the trial. The video should have returned to Mr. Faraday's evidence bag for the recess, and brought back here. If it disappeared after that time, then it's possible that the tape is still here in this room. Eureka! The evidence that the missing evidence created... alright, bud. Alright, Edgeworth. Is the gunshot sound that no one should have been able to hear in the first place. Miles, what have you been thinking about? Have you been connecting puzzle pieces in your brain, or what the fuck? Stop wasting time thinking, and let's start looking again. It's not a waste of time to think, for I have figured out where we should look. And where would that be? I believe we should examine... ow, my finger, I poked the television.
The TV. Well, you kids have fun. Go ahead and examine whatever you like.
Yeah, I would like... well, yeah. Look in there, it's a video player, and there seems to be a videotape inside. It looks like it. The tape must have stopped on its own when it reached the end. What's the screen on the TV crack? Yeah. This tape, could it not be the missing surveillance tape? I suppose, but... Detective Bad, would it be alright with you if I verified the contents of this video?
Sure, knock yourself out.
Alright, then let's rewind this and see what we have. It's a blunt TV.
If I remember correctly, the footage of Rell killing the embassy staff member should be about the 30-minute mark from the start of this tape.
Understood. This should be about right. Now then, let's see. Remember VHS tapes, y'all? Yeah! This is the footage of Mr. Rell shooting the embassy staff member.
I knew it. The missing piece of evidence, the surveillance video, was here all along.
Yay!
This sound, what's the meaning of this?
It appears that Detective Bad has figured out the true source of the gunshot he heard. With this, I think we can figure out the trick behind this double murder. Do you mean that you figured it all out, then? Yes, all I have to do now is show what the gunshot Detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard was, and through where they heard it from. Bud, just come on. Yeah, I know, I get it, I understand, but earlier when Detective Gumshoe touched this, you still have, what's your favorite VHS that you got, G-Mama? It made the most terrible racket. You mean when Scruffy turned the television on, right? Actually, come to think of it, I don't think Detective Gumshoe actually touched the television at all. Furthermore, it seemed more like when a video feed suddenly stops, at least it did to me. I wonder why that is. Well, because it was a setup, maybe. Yeah, it's a flat screen with a V. Well, it's like flat-ish. This is like 2009 flat. This game came out in 2009. It's got speakers on the side. Isn't that crazy? So someone left this video on play the whole time, huh? I suppose so. Other than the killing, there's hardly a sound on the rest of the tape. Then why did the television make that loud noise when Scruffy got near it? That's probably because the tape had run out and stopped its playback. It's not just bad luck. That detective has the worst timing in the world, too. Someone purposely left this video on play. The question is why? What do you mean why? It was for the setup. Just as with the spilled perfume in lobby number 1, if the windows were open, that piece of evidence's sound would also dissipate out. Now, to show what the gunshot Detective Bads and Gumshoe heard was, and where they thought they heard it from. Well, I mean, what do you mean deduce? Deduce? The tape.
Eureka!
I mean, why? Like, I didn't think I needed to sort of further spell it out, guys. If the door and windows to the crime scene, namely this room that we're in, were closed, the killer could have used the gun and no one would have been the wiser. That's true. This courthouse does seem to be well designed for such a thing, as it were. However, what happened in reality was, Detective Gumshoe, Detective Bad, and Ms. Yu, all three of them heard the gunshot. Well, the windows in lobbies number 1, 2, and the hallway were open. So naturally, the people in those locations could hear it. Ah, but then, why would the criminal open the window in the first place? To allow the gunshot to be heard, I suppose. Correct. That's the only logical conclusion we can draw from this. But why was that necessary in the first place? I want a real answer, Miles. I demand satisfaction. Very well. I believe that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of a certain fact. What was it? When the crime scene took place. The killer wanted to fabricate the time of death to their precise wishes, and they used the gunshot in the surveillance video to do so. Bang, bang. So that's why the tape was left running. Eyewitness science videos. Hocus pocus. Disney ones? Hell yeah. That rules. Our roommate has a bunch of VHS tapes.
You mean the gunshot I heard was from this video?
Yes, which means that the murders really occurred at an earlier time than we thought. Excuse me. Hold on one second. I'm gonna mute. Hell yeah. Okay. Must have been during the recess, but before Detective Gumshoe was on guard duty. Someone who has no alibi for that time period and planned this crime out in advance. That person is the real killer. Beep bop boobity. Boop. Yay, my health. I got healthy. I want to solve crimes and improve my health while doing it. Sheesh.
Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes, what is it?
Ms. Yu is asking for you. She's in the courtroom. She says that she's identified the murderer, but that she wants to clarify something.
Looks like Ms. Yu is still investigating something. Understood. Please tell her that I will be right over.
I'll come along. I want to hear what she has to say.
It would appear that the time has come to uncover the truth. Yeah! I think that you did it. You, the viewer. Why y'all gotta be murdering so many people? Yo! This might be the last section. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Boop, boop, boop. Skibidi-bidi-bidi. What up, girl? What up, girly pop? Fiddle DD. Hi.
Kay, what are you doing here?
Oh, hello, mister! I'm still investigating! The object you're looking for has already...
Okay, don't mind him. Please continue with your investigation.
Okay! You got it. Detective Bad, haven't we already found what you were looking for?
If it means I can keep her in the dark just a little longer, any little task will do.
Oh, you're more sympathetic than I thought. Ba-ba, beep, ba-boop. What is the point of the barriers? What, like... I mean... I never really thought about that, but, like, what are we doing here? I've been waiting for you, Edgeworth. I've also been waiting for the moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest. The moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest. Wasn't that when we placed Detective Gumshoe under arrest? I think we've more than solved this case already. Don't you? We'll see. It depends on whether or not your logic holds. Oh, I see. We even have a viewer in the gallery. And why, Mr. Bad's here. A viewer in the gallery? I'm hardly just a bystander.
I have a duty to see this case through the end, no matter how it turns out.
Oh, is that right? Trying the barriers to keep my power level contained, you gotta keep it 9,000 and not a penny more. Anyway, I thought you'd like to hear what I've slaved away to find out. I've taken statements on every single person's movements during the time when our suspect was in the hallway. I also confirmed that there was no possible route of escape from lobby number 2. Therefore, the killer, without a doubt, must be Detective Gumshoe.
And that's all you have.
Yeah, that's all there is to my conclusion and this case.
Sorry, but I beg to differ. In a trial, there is always time for a rebuttal, and we are standing in a court of law. It'd be more than appropriate to follow the rules of court in this case, don't you think?
How absolutely like a rookie to think such a thing. But all right, I'll play along and give you a proper testimony.
If my logic is correct, then I've already won. All I have to do now is prove it by showing who the real killer is. I think it's her. She's trying real hard to pin it on somebody else.
Everyone sans the suspect has an alibi for when the gun went off. Furthermore, the areas around the crime scene have all been thoroughly investigated, right? I also confirm there's no possible escape route from lobby number 2, which leaves us with one unshakable conclusion that Detective Gumshoe is the killer. Now that you have your testimony, I expect a good rebuttal, Edgeworth.
But of course, there is no need to confront her logic head-on right now. I should instead focus on drawing out any trump card she has up her sleeve.
Yeah, press it real good. Bow, 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 bow. I'm gonna press your statement. Bow, 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 bow.
The suspect, but I thought Detective Gumshoe's alibi had already been proven.
Are you joking, Edgeworth?
I assure you this is no joke.
Look, I know you heard from the judge earlier that the detective was in the hallway with Mr. Faraday's daughter eating a Swiss roll.
Yes, that is correct.
But see, that was 20 minutes before the real gunshot went off, right? And the problem is there's no one else who can corroborate what he said since the snacking.
I see she's done her research well, which means that I should focus on drawing out whatever... Yep.
Furthermore, the areas around the crime scene have been investigated.
Whether they have been thoroughly investigated or not is not for me to decide. Wait, no. Whether they have been thoroughly investigated or not is for me to decide.
The scrunched eyebrows and lines on your forehead are back. Anyway, if you believe that it hasn't been exhaustive, the crime scene lobby number 2 has no way out other than the hallway Detective Gumshoe was standing in. And because he claimed to be there, that makes him the only possible suspect.
But isn't it also possible that someone escaped through a window and into the garden?
That's the first place everyone looks silly. The police aren't a bunch of lazy bums. They looked into every possibility, you know. Isn't that right, Mr. Bad?
Yeah. I'm here now. There wasn't a scrap of evidence to suggest someone used one of the windows. There also weren't any footprints or anything in the courtyard garden. I suppose I really did check everything that could be relevant to the case.
I also confirmed that there's no possible escape route from lobby number.
Hold it!
Are you absolutely positive that there are no possible routes of escape?
Of course I'm sure.
And why are you so certain?
This is a courthouse, the place where criminals are brought to be judged. If there was an escape route, I'm sure every criminal would be using it to escape. This is common sense.
Miles Edgeworth, I suggest you use a bit more of it in the future.
Ow! Yerk!
Which leaves us with one unshakable conclusion, that Detective Gumshoe is the killer.
Hold it!
You may think it's unshakable, but to me there are still too many unanswered questions. For example, who was it that placed the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand?
But you're the only one still wondering that. Detective Gumshoe probably had no idea which hand Mr. Faraday used to write with. Even if you know someone, it doesn't mean you'll know which hand they write with, right? I mean, I certainly don't care about that sort of thing.
All right, lady.
I'm not about to let her get a rise out of me with such a flippant statement. I suppose we've really reached the end now. I already have my trump card ready. All that remains is to play it. But before I do, I think I should inquire into something about... a little something about her argument. You said earlier that you had confirmed the alibis of every person other than the suspect. However, I don't recall either Francisco or myself speaking with you about the subject.
You've got some luscious lips, all right, yeah.
Ah, but there were witnesses for you. There is your mentor who gave you an alibi.
I see. Detective probably would know what hand a person uses. Yeah, I mean, like, she's sort of setting this up. I mean, she's being real suspicious. Like, I think it's just gotta be her. Because, like, you know, why else would she, like, open the window to let the perfume out and let the sounds in, you know what I mean?
As for the little missy, she came into the courthouse during the recess. And she had stopped by a security guard at the door to the hallway. She gave him quite the whipping for that, or so I heard. I'm the daughter of Manfred von Karma, and I would not be forcibly stopped by a guard or a bailiff or anyone else.
Wait, so basically, the only reason Franziska bothered to show up today was because she found out that I was to be the replacement prosecutor? By the way, I just wanted to, like, be a butthead. By the way, Ms. Yu, what about everyone's alibis before Detective Gumshoe was assigned to guard duty?
What about them?
Have you looked into what people were doing during that span of time?
What kind of idiot do you take me for? It doesn't matter when the killer went into lobby number 2. From the time we heard the gunshot to the time Mr. Bad and I arrived on the scene as we dashed from lobby number 1, the only person who could have committed the crime was Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, let's talk about when you and Detective Bad heard that gunshot, shall we? I suppose that if we go by your logic, then Detective Gumshoe is the only one. However, what if the crime had occurred at an entirely different time than when that gunshot you heard went off? What then? That gunshot was a trap meant to manipulate our perception.
Objection.
Oh,
Sadly, your explanation is very lacking, Edgeworth. The gunshot we heard in lobby number 1. Care to explain how that could have been fabricated?
yeah, I mean, I'll show you a tape, lady.
Take that!
Take it, put it in player. Oh, she's going fast! Uh-oh! Yeah, look at her. Uh-oh, she's panicking. Her lips go all the way inside her head. Bop!
That tape?
Yes, it's exactly what you think it is. This is the surveillance tape of Mr. Rell the prosecution presented in today's trial. This was found loaded in the video player in lobby number 2. That was connected to the very large television that had its volume turned all the way up.
You can't honestly mean that the sound we heard was the gunshot in the video.
Ah, but I do, which leads me to my next point. The murders occurred much earlier than when anyone heard the gunshot.
No!
Hi, I'm here now. That's the only thing I can think of, too. What's up? I walked past the barrier, the velvet rope, just so we could look good together. After committing double homicide, the killer took the surveillance video out from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag, turned the television's volume all the way up, and let the video to play. If played from the beginning, it would take 30 minutes for the gunshot sound to come on. And since we know that this is the method of time this method of time manipulation is possible, it opens up the possibility that the killer is someone other than Detective Gumshoe.
Objection!
Oh,
Sounds from a television doesn't amount to much here. But of course, Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth and little Miss Von Karma already knew that much from the very beginning, right?
of course we do, didn't we, Miles? Yes, of course. We know about the soundproof quality of this courthouse's rooms now, as of a few minutes ago. Of course, I'm not about to admit okay, yeah, we had no idea until a little while ago.
That's right. And if the rooms are soundproof, then we should not be able... We should not have been able to hear it. And yet we heard the gunshot clear as day.
And?
And? That's it, end of story.
But it's not. How should I explain why she was able to hear a gunshot from? The window is open. There is actually one common point between lobby number 1 and lobby number 2. And it is that despite the fact that both rooms have air conditioners installed, a window is open in each. Now, we know that the window in lobby number 2 was opened by the killer. However, a window in lobby number 1 was also open.
Objection. It's probably just coincidence they were both open at the time.
Nuh-uh. It was no mere coincidence, I assure you. Why was the window open in lobby number 1? The answer is that... Yeah. It's the perfume. The real killer is CCU.
Take that!
Miss Callisto Yu, I hereby formally indict you... Indict you? Indict? Is that how you spell indict? No. What? Indict? I don't feel like that's correct. Anyways, I formally indict you in the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel.
What? You indict me?
Are you serious, Miles? Why do you think she is the killer? I don't understand her motive just yet, but of course I'm serious, because she is the only one who could have done it. Well, Ms. Yu, do you still feel like laughing now?
Ha, ha, ha. Of course I do, Edgeworth.
My argument must not be tight enough yet.
Although I never thought things would spiral into this. But I'll have you know I'm enjoying this dance quite a bit. I guess this means it's time for my own rebuttal now, right?
Uh-oh. Rebuttal.
You argue that the window was open. However, do you have proof that it was I who did it?
Don't I? I thought that I did have proof of that. Well,
Furthermore, do you have proof that the tape was used in committing the crime? Frankly, I'm shocked at you for going around accusing people of murder like this. Especially with logic as full a hole as yours.
excuse me. This is where it really starts. I mustn't let my guard down for even a second, or the truth will blow away. Now is the time to put the patented Von Karma perfect proof to the test. Blah, 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 blah. Alright.
Hold it!
Hold it! Evidence? All I'd need to do is have some prints analyzed and we'd know straight away.
Be my guest.
She sounds as though she had the room to maneuver. Which means, even if we were able to lift prints, they'd only show that it was someone else, but why that someone else was forced to open the window, that's simple logic. Why don't I try presenting that piece of evidence? Yeah.
What's wrong? The scrunched eyebrows, lines on your forehead, they're all back. More importantly, are you going to be okay not running a fingerprint analysis?
Yes, I'll be fine.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll just continue with my testimony.
Yeah. No, I mean... heck. Boop. Let's present the perfume. Right?
Objection!
Yeah. Hell yeah. I wasn't sure which window they were talking about. I'm sure you've seen this before, haven't you, Ms. Yu?
Ah, Edgeworth, I never knew you were into wearing that kind of perfume.
It's not exactly what I'd recommend for boys, you know. What? This isn't mine. That's right, it's mine, and I received it from Detective Bad, you see. Ms. Yu, you can pretend all you like, but we know that at least this much is for sure. That you are the one who gave this bottle of perfume to Detective Bad.
You're that super easy to rile up. So, what about the perfume?
While you were in lobby number 1, you made a big show of spilling some of this perfume. That's according to Detective Bad.
Oh, I know.
You also knew that if you spilled it, he would naturally move to open a window.
Objection!
Come now, I've already told you that's all just a big coincidence. After we opened the window in lobby number 1, I just left it open, you know. So maybe it was just dumb luck that we heard the gunshot through the window.
Objection!
The timing of when you were going to spill the perfume is something you could control. And the most important fact about this case is when people were made to hear the shot. Furthermore, it would have been pointless if you didn't have an alibi for yourself at the time. You mean? Ms. Yu, you were the one who called Detective Bad into lobby number 1. When you saw him bring Detective Gumshoe into the hallway, is that correct? All of today's premeditated events could have only been thought up by you, Ms. Yu. Oh! She got the lipstick on the face. She's upsetty spaghetti. Look at her. Grr.
Ha, 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 ha. You accused me of murder on the fact that I spilled a little perfume. Well, allow me to say this much. I couldn't have killed Mr. Faraday.
Would you care to testify as to why?
Look, I've had a lot of fun today, really. But I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all. Whoa!
Why couldn't it be me?
Accusing someone of murder over a spilled bottle of perfume is a bit over the top. But I suppose forgery of evidence is to be expected of a disciple of Von Karma. In any case, it simply could not have been me who killed Mr. Faraday. After all, I don't even know where the knife that was used to kill him came from.
What do you mean? Miles, her testimony is flawless. Yes, but no matter what sort of trick she may try to pull, she won't escape me. If I'm lacking in information, I'll just draw it out of her. I'll press like the Dickens. I'll press like a sandwich press or something.
Hold it!
I think I've already explained the significance of that earlier.
You only confirmed that I did spill some perfume, but that's all. That you would accuse me of murder based on that simple spill. Don't you dare complain for when I sue you for defamation of character.
Do as you like, but as for me, I believe.
You believe?
I believe that you are the true culprit in this case.
My, you're enthusiastic. Of course, I should have guessed. But I suppose forgery of evidence is to be expected.
Hold it!
What the hell?
That is true, though. I formally request that you desist in your attack against my mentor.
Yes, or I will sue you for defamation. All I'm doing is tell the truth. Well, maybe more like spreading gossip. Pika, hello. How are you?
Good morning.
Although your adamant denials are, shall we say, just adding fuel to the fire.
How dare you?
Say such a thing.
Calm down, little girl. Don't let her get to you.
Arr.
I'm doing good. I'm good enough to stream, baby.
Aw, why'd you have to ruin my fun? Puh. Well, shall we continue? In any case, it could not have been me.
Hold it!
I'm a perfect angel.
Why exactly could it not have been you that killed him?
Aha! I was just about to testify to that! You're such an impatient man. Puh. I'm not really into that, you know, Edgeworth.
Ugh. Your preferences have no bearing on what is at hand.
Feeling a little uncomfortable, are we?
Objection!
Yeah.
Miss you will desist in this tomfoolery and return to your testimony. And Miles, if you're going to lose your cool, then I won't show you any mercy.
Ahem, sorry. Miss Yu, please continue.
Sure. As I was saying, I couldn't have possibly killed Mr. Faraday. After all, I don't even know where the knife that was used to kill him came from.
Hold it!
Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't have pressed everything. At this rate, she will inevitably escape. But if she really was the one who killed Mr. Faraday, then she must have known about the existence of the knife. I'm sorry, Ms. Yu. Maybe you weren't aware. However, the knife was used to kill Mr. Faraday was taken from his evidence bag.
Miles, what do you think you're doing?
I'm drawing the truth out of her. That's what I'm doing.
Huh? But I don't recall a knife being presented at the trial earlier today.
Well, I suppose that's because the evidence was something Mr. Faraday had yet to use.
So that's what you're trying to do. Look, why don't you cut it out with the lies? I've already figured you out. There was no knife inside Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. The only evidence that he had yet to present was the key that Yatagarasu had sent. And unless a key can magically turn into a knife, you don't really have much of a leg to stand on. Puh, do you really think you could trap me? Come now, be honest.
I never intended to do such a thing. It was all a misunderstanding on my part. In any case, I wonder if you might append what you just said to your testimony.
Sure, why not? I'll even say it as many times as you like. There was a key in his evidence bag, but you can't kill anyone with a simple key.
Oh, can't you?
Objection!
Yeah. Got him.
Beep, 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 beep.
Ms. Yu, I wonder if you might take a look at this photo for me. This is a picture of the key that Yatagarasu sent to the police. However, while it may look like a key at first glance, it, in fact, has the secret ability to transform into a knife. Which means that what was inside Mr. Faraday's bag was both the Yatagarasu's key and the murderous knife. You knew that the key was inside Mr. Faraday's bag, did you not?
Yes.
Well then, with the Yatagarasu's key alone, it is more than possible to kill Mr. Faraday.
Ugh.
Got him. Do you understand now, just knowing of the existence of the Yatagarasu's key?
What you doing? That's a lot of makeup. That's maybe... I feel like the amount of makeup you keep reapplying is perhaps too much. I'm not a makeup expert or anything, but...
I still haven't had a good look at it. Showing it to me from that far away, you could be lying for all I know.
You would even now still feign ignorance.
Aha! I'm not feigning anything. But we can't have you accusing me of a crime with false evidence now, can we?
All right, Pika, good luck. Have a good day. Boo, 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 boo. Thank you for dropping in.
I mean, Mr. Von Karma, I've heard some very interested rumors about him. Ah, are you mocking my papa?
Don't you dare sully the good name of my mentor. Now take a good look. This piece of evidence is more than real.
Wow, who knew there was such a trick to this thing?
Are you satisfied now? But of course, you knew from the very beginning, didn't you? You knew that the knife and the Yatagarasu's key are one and the same. Otherwise, someone like you, who isn't a member of law enforcement and who would have never been privy to this trick, would have never known about it to begin with. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Furthermore, the something that the Yatagarasu sent to the police. How did you have any knowledge as to what it was?
Actually, I heard it from Mr. Faraday. Just before he dragged Mr. Rell off, he told me. Oh, that's right, I almost forgot. He also told me about the key turning into a knife at that time. But he didn't tell me about how the key actually transformed.
Objection!
What are you saying now is simply not possible.
Oh, and why not?
Because Mr. Faraday himself didn't know about the hidden knife within the key. For within these pages, he mentions nothing about a knife.
Objection!
I'm not sure he would have written up everything in his organizer, you know. Wouldn't something of this importance be better left to oral communication?
Objection!
Unfortunately, that is also impossible, because Detective Bad didn't know about the knife aspect either. What would have been a highly classified information, even with the police force, and is something that even the lead detective on the case didn't know. Why would Mr. Faraday have felt the need to share such information with the opposition?
Yeah, I guess he wouldn't have had much of a reason to. Looks like I gave a pretty lame excuse, huh?
How can you laugh at a time like this?
She probably just realized the flaw in her logic and is actually in a panic over it.
But that's not something we need to concern ourselves with. I suppose you're right. Ms. Yu, I'd like to state that I also know how you know the real nature of the knife.
Do you now? Well, why don't you put your money where your mouth is and show me?
Oh, I will, and I'll wipe that smile off your face by the time we're through. This is it, the moment of truth, the secret behind the Yatagarasu's key. Only one person would have had knowledge of it from the get-go. Who would know from the start that the Yatagarasu's key could change into a knife? Manny Cochin?
Take that!
No. Not Manny Cochin. I don't know why I thought it would be Manny Cochin. Knowledge of it from the get-go. Was it... Well... I don't know. Am I crazy? Am I being silly? Is it just her? I mean...
Take that!
What am I screwing up here? Who is it? Okay, hold on. What am I doing here? I'm like... Let me see. Okay, hold on. I mean, like, not the Deadman. I mean, is it Mackerel? Because that doesn't make any sense either. There's not a lot of people here. I mean, I guess.
Take that!
Nope. He's dead. He died. Hold on. I feel like I was doing so good, and now I'm like, what did we do? What are we doing? Is it him?
Take
You
that!
just said it wasn't him. What's the meme? It's like, this is it. Oops. This is it. Oops. This is it. Oops. Oh.
Take that!
The Yatagarasu. Oh. Come on. This is the only person. There is only one person. That I don't feel like that was a fair task of me. There is only one person who would have known about the dual nature of the key.
And that is?
That is the person who sent the Yatagarasu's key to the police. That is to say, the Yatagarasu herself.
Are you saying that this lawyer is the great thief Yatagarasu?
Ms. Yu, you used Mr. Rell to lure Mr. Faraday into a trap, didn't you? You who profess to bear a grudge against criminals. Why? Why do something like this? She do be laughing, though. Uh-oh. The laughing has stopped.
Who would have thought that you, a stupid rookie prosecutor, would see through me? You're sending the biggest chill down my spine right now, Edgeworth. This feeling of the thrill, it's even greater than when I sneak into some place.
You killed Faraday. Why? Answer me, Callisto, you!
Blech. Callisto, you, huh? That's not my real name. Because my real identity is, yes, the great thief Yatagarasu. Let me tell you something, Edgeworth. Mr. Faraday was one difficult man to deal with. For you see, he had discovered my true identity, which is why I had to erase him from the world of law. I made Rel an offer, an acquittal for a little favor in return. All he had to do was accuse Mr. Faraday of being the Yatagarasu in court. But once we entered the recess, Rel was dragged off by Mr. Faraday, which threw my plan into a complete mess. I chased after them and I eavesdropped on them through a crack in the door. That Rel caves to only two things, money and authority, just as all thugs do.
She's so hysterical. She loves a laugh.
I feared my plan was going to be ruined if Mr. Faraday held on to Rel any longer. Plus, if I had let them continue on the way they were, I would have been found out. That's why I had no choice. I had to kill them both.
But didn't you say that you despised criminals?
Puh, but do I really?
Have you forgotten about the KG8 incident, too?
Maybe. What sort of woman would...
So then, was it your plan to kill Mr. Faraday with the very evidence that you sent?
Haha. Well, I had a good idea of what Mr. Faraday was going to do. I anticipated that Mr. Faraday was going to prove that Rel wasn't the Yatagarasu. By using this Yatagarasu's key as evidence, and that he would bring it with him. Which is why I thought to use the knife portion. With a weapon as well disguised as this, no one would be the wiser. Because who in their right mind would think something like this could be a weapon? I casually entered lobby number 2 on the pretext that I had to talk to Mr. Faraday. And in order to get in with him, I pretended to be worried about something. Then he then let me hold on to the Yatagarasu's key, just like that. He never noticed that I had changed the key into a knife inside the plastic bag. And he didn't have the chance to take note of the knife that took his life!
How could you kill him?
I knew him for a long time, you know. And at the very least, I thought I could give him a quick and painless death.
But if you killed Mr. Faraday first, there was no need for you to kill Mr. Rel as well.
I believe I mentioned why when we were placing Detective Gumshoe under arrest. Something about having accidentally created an eyewitness. And how that led to the killer to think about setting them up as though they'd killed each other.
Then the trick with the surveillance tape.
Yes, I hadn't actually planned to use a gun. The risk was too high that I'd be caught. However, that's when I remembered the existence of that surveillance tape. Which is why I had Rel help me set up the crime scene. And after all was said and done, I rewarded him for all his hard work with a bullet.
You're a defense attorney, aren't you? How could you betray a client?
Client? If you want to talk about who was a client or who was first, it was me. I was the client in the murder of the Gaddafi embassy staff member, dead man.
You ordered a hit job.
You still haven't figured it out, Mr. Bad? I had Dead Man killed because he was about to give away info about the smuggling ring. Now, who exactly do you think would benefit from such an assassination?
It can't be. You're...
That's right. I'm a member of the smuggling ring.
How could this...
You don't mean you're working with Manny Cochin too, do you?
Maybe, maybe not. Guess you'll never know. The Yatagarasu's claims to be noble, but you're just another cold-blooded murderer. That's right, little girl. The Yatagarasu was just another killer.
Be quiet, you.
Yatagarasu, you can run from the law, but you'll never escape it. So just humbly accept the judgment of this court.
Ha ha ha, hey Edgeworth. Did you know the Yatagarasu has 3 legs? Do you know why that is? Haha, no. Well, let me tell you. Uh-oh. It means that the Yatagarasu has more than one razor-sharp way to do her work. Whoa!
That's a tiny little gun.
You really are too naive, Edgeworth. You even handed the Yatagarasu's key right to me without a second thought. Everything may not have gone according to plan, but I'll still gladly take it.
You mean, the key was your real target?
Ha! And even after I gave you such great advice. Didn't I tell you always keep a good eye on a criminal? Or you may regret what comes of your negligence.
You two, get down!
Eek! Ah!
Ugh, my body, I can't move.
Hey, mister! To your right!
Yeah. Do anything, Edgeworth.
You!
Man, why doesn't he have a gun? Shoot her! What do you mean? Are you alright, Francisca? I'm perfectly fine, Miles. Her voice is shaking, but it looks like she's unharmed. Where did Kay go? Ah! It's a gunshot. Not Kay. Nah, she's alive. Shoot her.
Sorry, but it looks like she got away. I called the precinct. They should have a perimeter set up soon.
Detective Bad, are you alright? I heard a gunshot.
I'm okay. Just got another hole in my jacket.
Did he actually, or... He says he's fine, but he looks quite shaken. Whoa! Thank you for the follow, malicious Moravicious. Welcome to the Mew crew. How are you?
But more importantly, Mr. Edgeworth, Ms. Von Karma, are you two hurt?
Oh, he respects us now. I'm absolutely fine.
I'm also alright, thanks to Kay. Speaking of Kay, where is she?
I don't know. She just sort of disappeared.
I'll go look for her. Oh, and hey, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir! Detective Bad, sir! I'm sorry I doubted you. Don't worry, sir. It's not your fault. Well, I lied to you guys too, after all. I heard about what happened from Kay. Lying while giving testimony is still unforgivable. But in this case, you were protecting Kay and her feelings. Looks like you just might have what it takes to be a real detective. Now, don't you ever lose that detective spirit, okay? You got it, Pops!
Pops! How old is Gumshoe right now? 26, sure. Pops, watched one too many detective dramas recently, have we? Way to single-handedly destroy the cheery atmosphere with one snarky comment.
I should get back to the investigation. I swear I'll catch you if it's the last thing I do.
Be careful, Detective Bad, and take care.
Thanks. Well, I'm off. Maybe we'll run into each other again someday.
Maybe.
So, thanks a bunch, pal. You're the best. You really did find out the truth behind everything.
Yes, well, I'm glad we solved everything for you before you were taken to prison.
I can't believe how much trouble I caused you with my testimony, Detective Gumshoe. I was no problem, really. Haha! I mean, I lied too, so I didn't help anything. It's really not your fault, Your Honor.
Well, even if we didn't have His Honor's testimony, I think that lawyer would have found another way to get you convicted on her behalf.
Yeah, I can't believe I was about to get fired during my first week as a detective.
Well, so long as you're not fired. You should work hard, give it all you have, and perform your duties well. Oh, and one more thing. Kay left a present for you with me.
She did? Oh, what is it?
What was it that Kay left for me? The proof of their friendship. Is a Swiss roll?
Take that!
It's a courthouse special Swiss roll. Can I really have it?
Yes, it's a present meant for you, after all.
Thanks a bunch. You have no idea how happy this makes me, pal. I'm gonna eat this right now.
Drop it on the floor. Sure, go ahead. Whatever, I don't care. Swiss rolls Detective Gumshoe and Kay bought together. While the one Kay saved never reached her father. It would appear that her sentiments have touched the heart of this detective. He's so happy, it's though he's having a welcome back celebration of his own. Well, I was asked by Kay to give it to him.
Woo! That was good, pal. I can't believe I got to eat 2 of these delicious things in one day. It's like I'm in Swiss roll paradise or something. I gotta thank Kay myself. Hey, wait, where is she?
He only just noticed now. Was his mind not present when we discussed her earlier? Detective Bad left to go search for her earlier. Maybe you should go join him.
Yeah, you betcha, pal. I'm gonna go help him. Oh, but first, you know what, pal? Actually, I guess I shouldn't be so rude to you anymore, huh?
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna stick by your side from now on, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
They're so cute. Come on. I sense nothing but a most troublesome relationship from that ominous statement. We should go home too, Miles. We have to hurry and report what has happened to Papa.
Agreed. Well, I'm afraid we must be going now, Detective. Roger, sir. Don't you worry. I'll investigate the next case we're on real well. I'll, be counting on you. The scent of trouble is definitely in the air. Thus, like a bad dream, my first outing at court came to a disturbing end. A few months later, I was finally able to properly stand in court as a prosecutor. But the detective in charge of the investigation was, as I dreaded, Detective Gumshoe. After that, he became my direct subordinate. I have tried, but words fail to describe the immeasurable suffering he has caused me. Ah! He's the best! What do you mean you can't get Edgeworth? Come on! Lighten up. I suppose that's just how things are. As for the little girl who suddenly disappeared, she's now right here. Yeah, we're at the park still. That was all a flashback.
So, do you remember now?
Yes, I remember everything.
Can't lighten up, he's edgy.
Kay, it's been a while. Kay, you sure grew up a lot.
Of course, but thank goodness. I thought you two had totally forgotten about me.
Well, you didn't mention who you were at all. This isn't our fault.
You know, I was really worried about you after all that. Where have you been all this time?
Gubby, I didn't know you cared. After my father died, I went to go live with my mother's relatives. They live really far away, so I wasn't really able to come back here all that much.
Oh, is that what happened? Well, I'm just glad you're all right.
So does this make sense now?
You betcha it does.
Oh, you know what? I was good through my father's bookshelves recently. And...
Actually, there are still a number of things that don't make sense, Kay.
Huh? First of all, why did you come all this way to see me? Is this what she did before she got into cooking? Maybe. Maybe. Hi, Jay.
And second, why are you calling yourself the Yatagarasu? The Yatagarasu is Callisto Yu, the woman who killed your father.
No, you're wrong. The real Yatagarasu was my father.
But Mr. Faraday was the Yatagarasu.
Like I said, I was going through my father's bookshelf recently, and I found a secret diary hidden among his books. I have no regrets in choosing to walk the path of the Yatagarasu. That was written in his diary, and that's how I know for sure.
That's impossible.
What's with that look? You don't believe me?
It wasn't just the expression on my face. I clearly said it was impossible just now.
Alright then, how do you explain this?
It's a way of disarming any security system of the user's choosing.
Yep, that's Little Thief. Truth be told, this is the Yatagarasu's greatest secret. And this little gizmo is used by my father.
Wow, Mr. Faraday wasn't just a great prosecutor. He was a really great thief, huh?
Yep, my father worked really hard to steal the truth. But he was killed, and the Yatagarasu was no more. But despite that, the Yatagarasu has been spotted again recently.
Someone other than you?
Here, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a look at this article.
Sends card to embassy.
The Yatagarasu sent to the embassy a calling card.
Yeah, meaning this person's a fake. I'm almost certain that Callisto Yu lady is behind this. Because the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a gaudy card out.
But the Yatagarasu did send a white card along with anything to be publicized. That's what Detective Bad told me 7 years ago, if memory serves.
Well, as soon as I heard about the news, I got all wound up, and I knew I couldn't just let it go. So I searched you out, so that I could obtain the truth behind the Yatagarasu. Because if anyone can help me find it, I figured it's you, Mr. Edgeworth.
So you're saying that I have your father's and Miss Yu's identities backwards?
Yes, because the real Yatagarasu is noble to the end, and I want to revive the real noble Yatagarasu. If I don't, my father will never be able to rest in peace.
Okay. Great. You're so honorable. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I'll always be here to cheer you on, pal. You got any Swiss rolls, though? I'm pretty hungry. Even if you are honorable, a thief is a thief. And if you are plotting to commit a crime, then I'm afraid I can't be complicit. Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, you guys are not making it easy for me. Who am I supposed to support now?
Mr. Edgeworth, what I want from you is not to steal something. What I want is the arrest of that evil woman.
That evil woman? You mean Callisto Yu?
I think it's too hard for me to catch her all by myself. But I thought that since you were able to expose her for who she is, then maybe... Please, Mr. Edgeworth, won't you help me?
Come to think of it, I do believe I owe you.
Huh? Owe me for what?
When Miss Yu made her escape, it was you who saved my life. Furthermore, you helped me with the investigation today. I am not so rude as to leave favors unrepaid.
Then you mean...
Yes. That case has been weighing down my soul ever since that fateful day. Perhaps the time has come to settle things once and for all. If you don't intend to sully your hands in a crime, then I believe I can help you.
Mr. Edgeworth, thank you!
Yay, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Isn't that great, Kay?
Yeah, it sure is, Gummy.
Even though he had completely forgotten about her until just now. What is with their chummy relationship? What is it like for neurotypicals? The great thief Yatagarasu. After all that time, the true identity of the thief sank back into the darkness. Burn Faraday, Callisto Yu, and Kay Faraday. The phantasmagorically changing identity of the great thief Yatagarasu, and the Yatagarasu's real goal. It will all come to light the day after I made that promise to Kay. This whole game kind of sort of takes place within the span of a few days only. The end! Hell yeah! And we're early, but I think we're going to call it here. We will start the final case of the first game tomorrow. As long as I'm feeling fine. I feel like I'm okay. I got like a weird... So last week I did I save? Yeah. We'll chat a little bit first. Yes. Hell yeah. Yeah, last week it was too hot. We were dealing with a heat wave. And it was pretty serious. Oh, I'm stretching. Oh my goodness. But then, so I was feeling a lot better because it kind of has cooled down a little bit. It's a lot cooler today. If it was hot like it was 2 days ago, I would not have streamed today. But, because there's no AC in this room, specifically. But, yeah, there we go. I don't know, yesterday, like, in the middle of the day, I just started feeling, like, incredibly bad, and I got, like, a really bad headache, and it just sort of came out of nowhere, so I was like, oh, that sucks, so I probably will be fine tomorrow. I feel okay right now, after 2 hours of this, so I'm doing alright, baby. I love you all to pieces. I think Clara is streaming, so if so, yeah, we're rating Clara. And then tomorrow, so tomorrow, like, I'm gonna try and stream real hard because it is, Star Spice, as I think all of us all know and love, are, how you say, they're having a model debut tomorrow, and it's gonna be perfect. Oh my goodness, Megalo Horse, hello! We're gonna raid train. Thank you so much for the raid. I have a raid. Raid into raid. We're gonna be able to tomorrow, when this stream is over, we're gonna raid into Star Spice's live 2D debut. And that's gonna be really exciting. So so even if we end the Ace Attorneying early, I'll play Grounded or something until it's time to raid. I love you all to pieces. A few things real quick. Those are all my links. The card has all my socials. The Discord's a beautiful place. That YouTube link has all my YouTubes. There's a Throne link if you feel so inclined. This is Cozy Cat Girl and my Let's Play channel. I would love it if you check this out. We upload 6 days a week, and it's my favorite thing. And if you are a subscriber, you can copy and paste this as we raid into Clara Dogford. I love you all to pieces. I will see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. West Coast American time. The raid's about to happen. I love you all. Boo, 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 boo. Ba, 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 ba.